I cheated on my wife.
Baba Bowie.
WestJett.
What is up, therapists and male feminists? WestJett, 6'5", radiant, Venezuelan billionaire here, and today I'm gonna tell you how to rank up fast in Valorant. No bullshit. Now, a lot of guide channels do exist on Valorant, and sure, they provide some valuable information, but they provide you some nerd tips and tricks and waste your time. 20 minutes to learn how to play Valorant, you could actually play a game in 20 minutes and probably learn more. So here I am, WestJett, man of the people, the people's champion, here to show you and tell you exactly what you need to do to rank up in Valorant. Let's turn that frown upside down. Let's turn that gold act rank into a silver. But before I give you the secrets, nothing's free in life. You're gonna have to wait through an ad because I, of course, need my money. There are people currently stuck in my basement and I need to feed a family of 12. HelloFresh provides all the ingredients and inspiration needed for stress-free cooking and meal planning, making it easy to serve meals that you and your loved ones will enjoy. Perfectly proportioned ingredients delivered straight to your door. You can select your weekly recipes, modify the servings per recipe, and even schedule delivery at your own convenience. HelloFresh offers many different recipes per week to choose from, so your dinners will always be different. You can select among calorie smart, quick meals, or even family-friendly recipes. The ingredients will always be fresh and selected by the suppliers of HelloFresh. You can be sure that the ingredients will always be high quality as well. And with HelloFresh, you can always pause and cancel your subscription at any time. Use the code HelloWest to support me and get up to 20 meals for free. So what are you waiting for? The first thing you're gonna have to do is realize that Valorant is an easy game. VALORANT, a children's game. It's very easy, the movement is slow, it's beginner friendly. So you don't need to hop into aim labs or Kovacs to build your raw aim. The 95% of the game is crosshair placement and pre-aiming. Now, if you're an absolute and total brick and you don't know what that is, let me just quickly break it down really fast in the range and show you how to do it. Firstly, a lot of you low-rank bots aim at the ground or their legs, so you want to change your crosshair placement. Instead of aiming at their feet, you want to always aim consistently head level. That's the basics of Valorant. Good crosshair placement is literally what the game's about. Every single angle, you should be worried about hitting the heady. Now, let me get a Detroit Sage wall to show you what pre-aiming is. Do you see how I'm looking at the wall and then aiming at them through there? A lot of you guys swing like that. You clear the corners without looking at the wall. Essentially, you want to be looking through the wall, at the wall, just to get a better pre-aim towards the person, so you have to make less adjustments with your crosshair. Pretty basic stuff, right? And of course, you have to be cognizant of the angles the enemies are playing and try to think of where they would play. A lot of people I see, even in the highest elo, clear every corner ever, and it makes no sense. Some of the positions they clear just doesn't make sense based on timings and rotations, so be smart. Then again, telling a Valorant player to be smart is an incredibly big paradox because, as you know, we're playing Valorant. We're not exactly Einstein out here. Also, don't get me wrong, aim labs is good. If you're a fat controller player and have never used mouse and keyboard, yes, it'll help you get used to your natural aim. But I hope most of you already have a general feel for your sensitivity to where you wouldn't need it no more. Now, let's talk about Valorant more broadly as a game. As a lot of you guys could probably tell, or at least I hope you can, Valorant is a 5v5 shooter, which means you have 4 other teammates, which you can bait. You can go ahead and trade, you know what I mean? If your teammate's peeking, stay behind them, get the trade. In a situation where you have numbers, you should always play with your teammates. Don't give the enemy 1v1s, do not do that. If it's a 2v1, go with your fat teammate, you know what I'm saying? Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but look how many times I stopped my movement before clearing an angle. You gotta have kind of choppy movement in my opinion, because my reaction time's slow as hell. Oh! Oh my god! And don't get me wrong, it's a good feeling when your teams come in their pants after you made a sick play. So now let me break down what I said about mechanics earlier. Good crosshair placement, pre-aiming through walls, and stopping your movement a lot. Making sure you're stopped so you can actually shoot the enemies, because when you're stopped, as you know it, you have the least firing error. Another thing that is somewhat important is using your microphone to communicate effectively. Of course, you could say Big Chungus Among Us every round, and that is actually, in my opinion, better comms than most of Valorant. But nobody cares about your dead dog. Stop venting to your teammates, start venting to your therapist. You should be calling out enemy positions and telling your teammates essentially where the enemies are, or they could be, or where they were last seen, stuff like that. Just don't overuse it and try to be cognizant of what you're doing. My favorite callouts include, enemy Sage has cancer, he's on his wall, how did I die, I hate my team, kill your... Now that you've mastered basic linguistics of whatever language your servers are in, God forbid Turkish, you are ready to be a gold star communicator and win more games. Trust me, it does actually work. And when you're serious and you're trying and you're calming, good comms, you're going to be winning more games, and that's just facts. Now I'm going to go on a quick little ramble and talk about what is holding you back in Valorant. What's preventing you from ranking up? Is it your ego? Is it lack of self-control? Do you perma-swing every angle? Like, let's say you get 2, and then you swing for the 3rd and die. Technically, you did get 2, so you could cope as hard as you want and be like, I got mine, what about you losers, and blame your team, but no. Now, an easy fix for those problems is psychedelic mushrooms for your ego and ADHD medicine for over-peaking and being too aggressive.
I'm kind of retarded.
But in all seriousness, you will improve a lot if you just stay patient, you play patiently, almost like you do in deathmatch. Obviously, you can't convert your deathmatch aim. I don't know why I took that heal. I had full HP. That is just peak autism. But regardless, guys, just be patient, be cognizant, and hold angles. And unlike these guide channels, you know, I got you the stuff to the T. I'm gonna break this whole game down in like 5 minutes and like show you exactly what you need. These guide channels, they'll go 30 minutes about strafing, show you like 3 clips of 10s doing it, and be like, whoa, look at that, you can improve. You can be like your favorite player, Sentinels 10s. Also, you don't need to buy coaching for the game. Coaching is incredibly valuable, I think, if you actually like, you know, try to improve, and if you spend money on it, I feel like you will be almost like forced to improve in a way. But personally, I don't think you even need to watch any coaching videos or do any of that nonsense. Just do a couple of death matches a day, maybe play a little competitive, maybe even run the range. The range is a pretty useful tool too. And the reason why I personally think that the range is more useful than something like aim labs is because these are actual sort of like human-sized targets you're aiming at. That sounds really bad. They're not exactly humans. They're like robots, but you know, I digress. Actually, what you're training there is like knowing the height of your enemies. Aim labs, especially stuff like grid shot, the balls go everywhere, and I don't see any balls in Valorant, albeit this game might be kind of gay, but there's no ball. And now I'm gonna let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. So if you made this far, drop a comment and like. You're gonna be getting some real crucial information. The main point of Valorant communication is to keep your SPM low. Now, WestJett, what is SPM? Well, listen here, young one. It's slurs per minute. Now, despite what you might have seen from me in the past, I have never said a bad word in my life. If there is something like that, that's the Matrix. It's all audio recorded. It's deep fake. It's not real. Don't believe everything you see. The Matrix sent their agents. Jokes aside, full breakdown, full conclusion, what you need to do to improve at Valorant. Work on your basic mechanical skills, your crosshair placement, your movement, fix that stuff up, be like more accurate, learn how to AD strafe. Of course, you gotta focus on like team play, good communication, trading your teammates, and playing smart. Playing numbers and not being a little scumbag. The latter is exceptionally hard because, as you all know it, inside us are 2 wolves, and both of them main rain on no-com run it down. So what are you waiting for? Get into your next Valorant game, be sure to keep your SPM as low as possible, or at least up to a minimum, and of course, as always, 0% of you are subscribed, so be sure to subscribe. Yeah. Mom about 400K, she's my mom. Stay classy, stay cool, and don't be a fool.
Let's go! 'Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away.